Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, the light that shines our way. Wherever you roll me, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day, oh.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Thursday, February 16, 2023. In the headlines, mother weeps over her son, one of two missing fishermen from St. Andrew. Canadian Prime Minister renews partnership between Canada and CARICOM. It's Majestic Thursday in Carriacou. And around the globe regionally, leaders of various sectors in Guyana urge to lead by example. Internationally, Russia claims incremental gains in Ukraine. Plus, in the sports news, GFA visits secondary schools ahead of Grenada's second match against the USA on March 24. Good evening, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste, live at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. We'll bring you the details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments. Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. As heads of government convene in the Bahamas for the 44th meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, Haiti was the recurring theme at the opening session. Beverly Telespot has been following the conference and has this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is among heads of government in the Bahamas for the 44th meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, discussing the crisis-stricken Haiti and other regional issues. Bahamas' Prime Minister Philip Davis, chairman of the 15-member Regional Integration Grouping, said the region stands to benefit from Haiti's recovery. He urged regional leaders to use the past as a guide toward treating with Haiti and the rest of the region's issues.
I believe we are in vigorous agreement that the crisis in Haiti requires our urgent attention. The turmoil and suffering there continue to worsen. As a near neighbor, the Bahamas is under great strain, and many other countries in our region are already heavily impacted. We will all benefit if Haiti is again fully functioning as a state. We should learn from the failures of past efforts to help, rather than use these disappointments as an excuse for inaction. I pray that we can agree a series of concrete steps to help move towards a solution for the Haitian people and the region as a whole. We have learned that inaction has its own costs and consequences.
CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett, during her address, said that even as progress is being made on some fronts, CARICOM and the wider international community are struggling to help Haiti resolve its crises.
We will continue our efforts to assist all stakeholders in Haiti to ensure a Haitian-owned resolution to the crises. We will have to show the resilience and the fortitude of the Haitian people as we strive to overcome challenges and advance the initiatives to improve the lives of all citizens of our Caribbean community.
A group of 15 Haitians arrived in Grenada over the weekend via Trinidad and Tobago, but were repatriated to Trinidad on Monday night. The Twin Island Republic is now responsible for the group of 7 females and 8 males, all adults. The French-speaking individuals were denied entry into Grenada on 2 grounds: undesirable and a charge on the consolidated fund, which can result in them becoming destitute with insufficient funds to support themselves. They have not sought asylum or refugee status in Grenada. With Haiti being a CARICOM member, there are specific and limited grounds that can be used to prevent a CARICOM national from entering. Prime Minister Mitchell traveled to the Bahamas on Tuesday. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Meanwhile, during his address at the 44th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau asked that CARICOM's 50th anniversary be marked by a renewed partnership between Canada and CARICOM. Canada and CARICOM share a history of mutually beneficial relationships, Trudeau added, saying that Canada has always extended a hand of support to CARICOM whenever challenges arise. Mr. Trudeau made a special announcement.
I want to announce today that Canada is seeking a renewal of its waiver from the World Trade Organization for our CaribCan trade program to ensure that goods from the region can continue to enter Canada duty-free belong 2023. CaribCan was first announced by Canada at this same meeting in Nassau in 1985. It's only fitting that we renew that pledge today.
The Canadian Prime Minister weighed in on the elephant in the room, the Haitian crisis.
But critical to prosperity is stability in the region, and Canada, like you, is very concerned about the ongoing unrest and instability in Haiti. Prime Minister Henry is here with us as a leader of a CARICOM member state. Now is the moment to come together to confront the severity of this situation. As neighbors, and for Canada, as a partner with decades of history and support for the people of Haiti, we need to work on long-lasting solutions that will restore order and security, allow for essential aid to flow to those who urgently need it, and create the conditions for free and fair elections so that the Haitian people can live in a stable and democratic society. Canada has implemented targeted sanctions on 15 individuals, and today I'm announcing a 6th round of autonomous sanctions against 2 more individuals.
Other news is protecting the Georgian architecture of St. George's part of a colonial legacy, or part of the pathway towards independence and liberation. This question has been generating much debate in the country. Nisha Paul tells us more.
Over the years, the Grenada National Trust has been working to protect our tangible and intangible assets through safeguarding, inventorying, and transmission. Retired public servant Gloria Payne Banfield outlined the importance of preserving the country's colonial legacy for future generations.
We have never been taught anything about our ancestors and where they came from and what they were capable of doing. The French and the English did not tote those stones up the hill to build Fort George, or Fort Frederick, or Fort Matthew, or any of the other forts throughout the island. It was our ancestors children who do history now should not be taught about the keeping of these because they look good or because they came here during the Georgian period or whatever. They should be taught that it was their ancestors who built them, and that should be a tribute to our ancestors.
She made that pronouncement when she appeared on GBN's Beyond the Headlines program. Meanwhile, Executive Council member of the Grenada National Trust, Dr. Ezra Matthias, says the trust, which was established in 1967, still grapples today with trying to fulfill some elements in the ordinance.
Now, when the Europeans came at that time, most of the architecture and the technology, they were, Georgian. In some cases, they were, Gothic structures. But the work we're doing, we have to do to protect these institutions or these structures. They're indeed part of our heritage. Because when you think in terms of the construction of those buildings, like York House, for example, which is a Georgian-style building, the people who did the construction, they're real people. They have faces and they have histories. We need to know who those people were. We need to know their lives they lead. We need to know their struggle. We need to know all of that. So preserving that history may not necessarily mean preserving just the physical structure, but preserving the memory of the people who struggled to do that under the worst conditions possible.
Chairman of the Grenada Reparations Commission, Arlie Gill, has been agitating a movement to rename streets and places that still bear names given by colonial powers as the country moved towards celebrating 50 years as an independent nation. Gill believes it is absolutely necessary for the mental transformation of Grenadians.
These names remain the glorification of the colonizers and plantation owners and slave owners and the persons who would have oppressed our forefathers and ancestors, whose heritage it is. It is certainly traumatizing to us as descendants, persons who were enslaved, to continue to glorify and these persons who have transgressed the human and civil rights of our people, who treated our forefathers as property and not human beings.
As Grenada looks towards celebrating its 50th anniversary of independence next year, many are of the view that more discussions are needed to educate the people on the true meaning of independence. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is celebrating its 40th anniversary with a calendar of events. Rena Thomas reports.
The theme to mark the 40th anniversary of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank this year is a celebration and implementation. A list of calendar activities were revealed to the media on Wednesday. Presenting the calendar of activities virtually is Deputy Governor of the ECCB, Mrs. Valda Henry.
Later in that month, and most likely on that same day, we will also be launching our digital banners across the ECCU, or anniversary banners. So that takes us February. We come down to March, and in most of the months we have free events that recur, and they are ECCB at 40 Spotlight Radio Program. The second event is the ECCB at 40 Did You Know series. That event will be released from the 1st of March. Every week we will have a different Did You Know series that will run for the week.
The activities will focus on a series of radio programs and digital framework, along with the implementation of various initiatives. The anniversary celebration will culminate with a gala and award ceremony.
And on the 10th, the conference continues, but there will also be excursions on St. Kitts and Nevis, giving our visitors, because we anticipate for the global conference, we'll have a number of visitors, not just from across our ECCU countries, but for all the Caribbean as well as globally, and to give them a feel and taste of the country. There will be excursions planned for the 10th of November on that day. And then we come down to December. bringing our year of celebration to an end. We will have the ECCB at 40 gala and award ceremonies, and well as there will be a thank you fair.
Governor of the ECCB, Timothy Antwine, says most of the activities are geared towards educating the populace.
As much as we have a lot to celebrate, we want to have or use the year as an opportunity for education. Not just information, education. What is the ultimate quest? Transformation. And so a lot of the activities we have are aimed at raising the consciousness of our people about what the currency union is and means to them, and what is their role in ensuring we continue to push for a not just striving but thriving currency union. That is important for us. So it is not just a big party all year. That's why we say it's a year of celebration and implementation. There's lots of work to be done in this post-pandemic era. And so we want to just keep that in focus as we go throughout the year.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
Meanwhile, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank's Dcash is said to be making waves throughout the Eastern Caribbean. The ECCB's digital currency has already been used in 7 countries, including Grenada. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antwine, says the ECCB is expecting more banks to start using Dcash.
Financial inclusion is a stated objective of Dcash. And we did not want a situation where, because your bank has not yet joined, or you don't want to use a bank for whatever reason, you cannot participate, you are locked out. And so I just want to be very clear. You have the option right now of using an institution that's registered, bank or credit union, or a value-based wallet. And for those countries, some banks that have not yet come on stream, we have an indication that many of them, the additional ones, will join this year.
Financial authorities hope to reduce the use of cash by up to 50% by 2025. As the ECCU celebrates its 40th anniversary, plans are being put in place to enhance the Dcash initiative.
We have, in fact, contracted now with a marketing partner to lead on the marketing side, because we have to be honest, we didn't do a lot of marketing initially. We accept that. In hindsight, we should have done more marketing earlier. And we've also identified key agents in countries to help. So in Grenada, it's Sanova. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's Camille Crichton. We have different agents on the ground, and you will hear more and more of Dcash. Dcash is not going anywhere. It's going to be around, and we expect more and more people to participate.
Governor Antwine says new features have been added to Dcash.
Many small businesses have said to us, we want to be able to use an e-commerce. We want a functionality that allows us to sell our products using Dcash, in terms of going in the system just as you would use a debit card or credit card, having Dcash as an option. That e-commerce functionality has been prepared as demanded by our small businesses, and that will get rolled out in due course.
All right, so to date, 75% of banks around the world are exploring the possibility of a digital currency. The ECCB governor says they will continue to promote economic growth in the region. This is news at 7, live from the Grenadian capital. Still ahead from us, it is Majestic Thursday in Carriacou. We'll talk about that. We'll be back.
We're back! Grenada's Wester Hall White Jack Workboat Regatta 2023, Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th February. 2 days of hard racing and fun fetting on Grandad's Beach. It's We Regatta with Wester Hall Rums, sponsored by Wester Hall White Jack Rum, Grenada Tourism Authority, NLA Blast, Carib, the official Regatta Bear, Budget Marine, SIFH Group, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, the Regatta Water, McIntyre Brothers and Yamaha, Camper and Nicholson Marinas, Bryden and Miners with Campery and Smirnoff Vodka, Ramdani's True Value and Harry Spain, Coca-Cola Grenada, Flow, Wester Hall White Jack, Workboat Regatta, 25th and 26th February, Grandad's Beach, we rum, we regatta, be there.
Grenada, after 10 years.
Hey Grenada, this is Pastor Donnie McClurkin, and get this, I am coming to the land of spice.
The multi-award winning Pastor Donnie McClurkin is back live at the Grenada National Stadium for one night of praise and worship, where your hearts will be lifted heavenward. Joined by some of Grenada's finest gospel talent, Lexton Mitchell, Edson Mitchell, Ajabo, Spice Worship Ministries, Nicole Fletcher Newton and Company, Touch of Grace, and the PBC Choir. Tickets are on sale now, $50, and can be found at all major ticket outlets and at your local churches. Don't miss this unique experience with classic songs like Stand, We Fall Down, Caribbean Medley, Great Is Your Mercy, and many more. Friday, 7th April 2023 at 7 p.m.
Got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, because I want to see my Jesus someday.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
You ate well, drank and indulged, laughed and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandin, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Kariakou Pool and Pet Supplies, located opposite the bus terminal in Hillsborough, provides you with all your pool and pets needs. We offer the following products: dogs and puppy food, animal accessories such as toys, clippers, collars, cat litter, dewormer, animal vitamins, insecticide, plant food, and all your pooling equipment from start to finish. We also offer the following services: cleaning and treating of pools weekly or fortnightly, pump repairs, pool estimations and repairs. We open from Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We can be contacted at 443-6575 or visit our Facebook page, Kariakou Pool and Pet Supplies.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Find the frames you love at Courts Optical. Shop today and enjoy 50% off our wide selection of fashionable frames. Choose from our flexible payment plans from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today at www.courtsoptical.com. Remember, at Courts Optical, your comprehensive eye exam is always free. So come in and find the frames you love at 50% off only at Courts Optical. See in store for details. Courts Optical, value you can't see.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rabaka Television Center reporting the day's news. Business is in limbo for Boseju woman. Christina John tells her story.
Heartbroken and saddened, Brenda Frederick looks on from the sidelines as the structure that once provided her livelihood is about to be torn down. Frederick has been operating a small grocery shop in the Boseju area for the past 7 years. She told GBN she was ordered by the court to have the building removed by February 3rd, 2023. However, she did not comply. On Thursday, February 16th, a two-man crew accompanied by 3 police officers were present to have the structure demolished. However, the building could not be broken down at the time as there was still an electricity connection attached.
This morning now, the man come and say, well, he come today to break. So check out my stuff and them inside it. Person they came with to break, they go. And he said that he's going to bolt down the place because the place have quarantine so they cannot break it. Right now, they go come back. This is where I depend on my son. That's the only thing I do. Single mother, raise 5 children on my own, proud. So I just doing this to help my children and my family. Nothing more. I'm not selling cocaine. I'm not selling drugs. I'm just doing the right thing.
The single mother of 5 says taking away her only honest means of an income is a great loss for her.
The majority of the goods that they took into it already, so we just had it home. I didn't have it sell with them. We just used it because obviously no income, so we have to use majority of the thing to survive. Like, you know, and constantly you have children in the house. They go have to eat. I have grandchildren in the house. They have to eat. They have to drink. You know, so it gonna be a big loss. It gonna be a real big loss. The majority of my things spoil. Majority of my things just pack away. You know, I don't know where to turn right now. Just a bit frustrated. I don't try not to get emotional in front of here. I really trying.
Despite how disheartened she is, Frederick says life has to go on.
Kong and prong here. You understand? It's just a surviving to pay my bills. I put food on my table, send my son to school. I'm not making nothing much, so I don't know people. I doesn't really go around people to say, well, you know, okay, they know my problem. Even though I have a problem, I don't have $1 today. I just bear with it. Oh, the next thing for me, I just maybe have to relax a little bit and see what I could do next. But in my faith, I'm not a woman who like to sit down. I will still get up and go about my journey. This thing wouldn't stop me from surviving.
Christina John, GBN News.
Now, after nearly 2 weeks, 2 mothers remain in emotional distress as they continue to hope and pray for the return of their sons. You see, Kindon Alexander and Keeslon Lewis from St. Andrew went out at sea earlier this month and are yet to return home. 19-year-old Kindon Alexander's mother, Lynn Alexander, remains hopeful that her son will one day return home.
It's kind of hard, but as a pregnant, I can't be done as much as between and between others. Device to cry now and then, pray, wishing, hoping, try to come home safe. Every day I still keep trying his phone, calling to see that if anybody pick him up that and have his phone on him that they charge it, to see if anybody would have called to notice if his family member or whatever calling. But nothing, his phone is just always going and off.
She says not knowing her son's circumstances is a heavy burden to bear.
Even though they get him alive, they get him die, I'm satisfied because I know something happened. But as I know, like, you don't hear no, you don't see no chase, you don't hear nothing. It's like something wrong, and these people, they're saying that the pirates or whatever of BNC and kidnapping people and killing them, they're supposed to be doing something for this thing and them. Because there is just innocent children that go out missing and they're just doing them what they want.
Okay, so an extensive search is ongoing for the local fishermen. Corporal 365 Ken Joseph of the Coast Guard of the RGPF says they are optimistic at this stage of the search and rescue. The Coast Guard officer explains.
There's been 2 flyovers conducted by the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force. Grenada Coast Guard has done its searches. Our vessel up in Carriacou has done its searches. We alerted Barbados Coast Guard. Well, obviously Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard. And still no trace. And traditionally, the search lasts 7 days.
And then beyond that.
Well, it's just hope. There's hope. I hope and pray that a passing vessel picked up these 2 fishermen and they're rescued. I really, really hope so.
The men left for their routine fishing expedition on their boat named Perfect Timing. The Royal Grenada Police Force Coast Guard Division is cautioning boat owners and operators as they journey to the Sister Isle for the festive season there. Rina Thomas has this report.
As the 2023 Carriacou Carnival season comes to its peak, many patrons from the mainland and neighboring countries are expected to visit the small island for the festivity. Officers attached to the Coast Guard unit within the RGPF are asking boat owners and operators to exercise safe sea guidelines that will protect passengers on the vessel. Corporal 360 Ken Joseph explains.
And for those who decide they want to head up to Carriacou for the festivities up there, do not overcrowd your vessel. Know the capacity of your vessel and make sure you have life jackets. Let family members know you are going up there, the designated time you're leaving, your time of arrival, and your time of departure or whatever. Right? So always be safe. Make sure avoid alcohol and steering vessels.
Officer Joseph outlined the laws related to safety at sea that will protect all passengers aboard the vessels.
Urge all boat operators to be safe out there. Also like to make sure that they have all the necessary equipment to keep them safe. Make sure that you have the right size life jackets on board your vessel. So if you're going with 5 persons, make sure you have 5 life jackets or a life jacket for every person and it fits. If you're going with children, make sure you have that. Make sure you have enough food that could last you for, let's say, 3 to 5 days. Food and water stored in plastic containers. Make sure you have your equipment. Important to get a GPS and radios as well. Radios give you a wider range than the cell phones because let's say about from 12 to 15 miles of Grenada,
there's no connection.
Connection is very poor. So a radio will be better. Some of the things are expensive, but then again, there's not a price to your life. Make sure that you have a competent seamate or shipmate with you when you're going out to sea.
Officer 372 Nichols spoke of safety guidelines on beaches that also needs to be followed.
Too many times we have in drownings, right, or this kind of mishap at sea whenever there is festivity, right? Now, you need to pay attention to your kids. A lot of times the children go to the beach. Parents bring children on the beach and they sit on the sand and they just allow them to run around and just play in the water and not basically pay attention. They are accustomed. You need to always have somebody looking out for the children and always, you not necessarily have to line them up to do a head count, but always checking to see where they are. Then you bring something like a floating device or the one you pump, a floating bed, or the air bed, little thing for them children to use. But now you leave them on that and they can actually float away. Some years ago, 2 kids was on one of that, and they keep floating, and none of the parents could swim. None of the parents could have swim, so somehow a boat had to end up going for them children, and lucky thing that they did not jump off of it. Okay. So we had to be mindful.
Both Officer Nichols and Joseph were speaking on GBN's To The Point program. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The story to report: 6 young women are about to compete this evening for the title of Carriacou Carnival Queen 2023 as the Sistyle hosts Majestic Thursday, one of the main carnival events. Rena Pett Thomas spoke with some of the contestants about their preparations.
It's Majestic Thursday in Carriacou, and the 6 young ladies are putting the final touches to their preparation to compete for the title of Miss Carriacou 2023. 4 of the young women represent various communities on the island, while the remaining 2 represent mainland Grenada and Petite Martinique. GBN spoke with 2 of the 5 contestants on Thursday morning via telephone. 17-year-old Brianna Primus, representing 6 Roads, says that before getting involved in the competition, she was very shy but overcame her fear of public speaking.
Well, I'm a kind of bit shy, as a shy person and stuff. We attended different shows and stuff to help boost my self-confidence. And that kind of helped me in a way that I expect to, go out and do my best. All that I've practiced, that I'll put it in work on that night.
Miss BBH, 20-year-old Kenisha Kajo, was motivated by her mother to be a part of the competition. She's excited about the event and spoke of her preparation.
The preparation for tonight is going fine. Everything is going smoothly so far. Just a little hiccups now and then, but you should look forward to creativity, beauty, talent, and confidence. Come out and support my fellow contestants as we vie for the title Miss Carriacou Carnival Queen 2023. We promise a show class with elegance.
The Queen Show will be held at the Hillsborough Recreation Ground from 6 p.m. Carriacou Carnival Monday and Tuesday will take place on February 20th and 21st. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
We wish them the best. Still ahead in Network News, Solid Waste Management Authority partnering with stakeholders to compost organic waste in 2 communities. Stay with us.
Somebody call Waggy because this is madness, total madness. Sunday, March 5th from 5 p.m. The National Stadium comes alive as Megaforce Promotion presents its first big event for 2023. March Madness Mega Bingo.
And you can win
a whopping $100,000 in cash.
Wait, is $100,000 you just said that?
Yes, $100K in cash could be yours. Tickets are $60 for 1 or $100 for 2. You gotta be mad to miss that. Remember, Sunday, March 5th, National Stadium. Get ready for March Madness Mega Bingo. This is madness, total madness.
Book your spot now to see the Spice Boys in action against the Barbados national team in February. On Wednesday, February 22nd, the action is at the Fun Recreation Ground in St. Patrick from 7 p.m. We then head to the National Stadium from 7 p.m. on Friday, February 24th. And finally, we go to Guelph at the Cuthbert Peters Park on Sunday, February 26th from 4 p.m. Come out in your numbers and support our boys as they prepare for the USA. Admission at the door, $15 for adults and $5 for children. Expect fun, excitement, and competitive football. February 22nd, 24th, and 26th. Grenada versus Barbados. Don't you miss it.
Sunday, February 26th, it's Savior's Day with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. His subject, the War of Armageddon has begun.
The Great War has begun. And foreign wars and the plagues that are hitting America and the world is destroying the American economy.
Sunday, February 26th, live in the Wintrust Arena. Doors open at noon. Get your tickets now at all Ticketmaster outlets and get all the details at noi.org.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras ranging from solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4th channel, 8 channels, 16 channels, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, wall lamp or bulb, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located Dusty in Brana and St. George. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality product. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook today.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Hello again. Diverting as much waste as possible from the waste stream. The communications officer at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority says they are running out of space at the island's lone landfill. Christina John is going to tell us about that.
The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority wants every Grenadian to be responsible for the waste they generate. The GSWMA has collaborated with other stakeholders to encourage composting organic waste. A pilot project targets 2 communities on the island with the aim of extending to others. Myrna Julian, Senior Communications Officer, explains.
We know that organic waste constitutes quite a lot of our waste stream. So we're piloting the introduction of waste separation in 2 communities in Grenada. We have on the eastern side of the island, Telescope, and the other is at Cloge on the western side of the island. And the whole idea is to get the residents to understand the importance of reusing their organic waste in a manner that would produce a form of fertilizer that is organic that they can use, and rather than put that in the waste stream to send to the landfill.
She expounded on the importance of this initiative.
I think that it is important that Grenadians establish a little bit more ownership for waste management rather than see it as just the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority alone. I think that, as I mentioned before, we want our citizens to be a bit more conscious of what is happening with us. We see it where we sit here in management as being very urgent and critical that everybody gets an appreciation as to the challenges that we are facing with waste management. Hence our interventions at this time. We relate in some instances, I believe, but it is never too late to start if we are to make some sort of a change in as it relates to our attitudes towards waste management.
Mrs. Julian says so far the interest shown has been remarkable, and she hopes it would be a driving force for other communities to want to come on board.
We're running out of space at our Perseverance facility, and we are going to be commissioning the final cell for waste disposal. So starting with these two pilot initiatives, I think that the response has been very good from the two communities, the interest that we have seen. We have done the classroom sessions with them. We've started the actual commercial composting at the two locations, and we are hoping that with the interest that is shown and the sustainability plan that we have in place for those communities, that they would be an example for the rest of Grenada.
Residents will learn how to identify, separate, and create compost by using the windrow process, a unique process best suited for large-scale compost production. They will also learn how to mix grass cuttings and leaves with kitchen waste, and by carefully following small steps, allow the natural process to take its course and create compost fitting for potted plants and kitchen gardens. Research shows that organic waste accounts for approximately 43% of the waste sent to the local landfill. The project, which is valued at US $7,000, will also see the introduction of home composting bins. Participants will be grouped into families of 20 households, working together to create their own compost based on what they have learned from the larger windrow compost production. Christina John, GBN News.
It's the Farmer's Delight Showcase through this evening's GBN ISO Lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Weighing in at 3 pounds and 4 ounces in tonight's ISAW is the sweet potato uprooted from the backyard of our citizen journalist. Sweet potatoes are rich in an antioxidant called beta-carotene, which is very effective at raising blood levels of vitamin A, particularly in children. Sweet potatoes are also nutritious, high in fiber, very filling, and delicious. They can be eaten boiled, baked, steamed, or fried. If you want to highlight any of your remarkable findings in our GBN ISAW, send us your photos and videos on WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
All right. GFA visits secondary schools ahead of Grenada's second match against the USA on March 24. I'm off to the newsroom for the time being, but I'll be back to present the sports news. Stay with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Sporting fans, good evening. The Grenada Football Association has embarked on an initiative to visit secondary schools across the country ahead of Grenada's second match against the USA on March 24 in the CONCACAF Nations League. The Spice Boys will also play a number of international friendlies against Barbados. Communications Officer at the GFA, Ria Murray, tells us more.
Start off with, we have been visiting a number of across the island, and the reception that we have been getting from the schools has been marvelous in terms of the interest in football and also support for the Spice Boys. So why we're visiting schools is that we want to let the students know of the upcoming international friendlies against Barbados. We have friendlies on February 22nd, 24th, and 26th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium and also at Cuthbert Park. So we have those international friendlies coming up, and then we have the big match, our CONCACAF Nations League match against the USA on March 24th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. We met our objectives, we met with the students, and they are now hyped about the upcoming international friendlies and the match against the USA. And we were able to bring along some members of our Spice Boys, so the children got to see them in person, hear from them, learn a little bit about them, and get to take photos and so with their favorite Spice Boys. So overall, it's been successful so far. We have a few more schools to visit, and if you follow along our social media, you'll get to see what we've been up to. And also, just to let you know, in the international friendlies, we have a change in venue. So on the match on the 24th was previously scheduled for Victoria Park at 7 p.m., but due to certain circumstances, we've had a match from Victoria Park to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. So the match on the 22nd is at 7 p.m. Then the match on the 24th is now at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from 7 p.m. And the final match in the community Cuthbert Peters Park, Guava on the 26th. That's the final international friendly featuring Barbados.
Well, 20 students were awarded in the recently concluded Jake Rennie Reading Competition for Athletes. This is the second edition of the competition. According to organizers of the competition, the main aim was to encourage athletes to read. Prizes included a laptop, a tablet, dinner for two at Belmont Estate, and a day pass for two at Petian's Hotel. Participants also received school supplies. Congrats. The official announcement has been made. Mexico, Canada, and the United States have all qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
With the North American trio being awarded those spots, it means that 4 teams will come out of CONCACAF qualification for the expanded 48-team World Cup tournament. It will only drop to 4 because one host nation already qualifies, with the other 2 being deducted from the federation spots. That means that the allocation through the qualifying will now be set as 4 spots for the Asian Confederation, 4 to Africa, 4 to CONCACAF, 6 to the South Americans, and 1 to Oceania, and 12 to Europe. Further details will be announced at a later date about the qualifying competitions for all federations. It was also announced that the 2023 FIFA Club World Cup will take place in Saudi Arabia from December 12th to 22nd, 2023. It's an announcement that was coming, but firms up official plans ahead of the 2026 World Cup.
Finally, in the sports news, British number 1 Cameron Norrie avoided a shock defeat by Facundo Diaz-Acosta as he fought back to reach the quarterfinals at the Argentina Open. Norrie was on the brink of exiting the tournament but broke back as home favorite Diaz-Acosta, ranked 191st in the world, served for the match. World number 12 Norrie eventually edged a close deciding set in a tiebreaker and the tiebreak to win 4-6, 7-5, 7-6, 8-6 in Buenos Aires. The Briton will next meet another Argentine, Thomas Martin Echeverry, at the upcoming game. That's the sports news for now. Lead by example was essentially the charge delivered by President of the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association, Rafiq Khan, to leaders in the various sectors relating to occupational health and safety. More details from HGP TV.
Rafiq Khan issued the timely reminder on Wednesday morning during a seminar on labor laws hosted at the Regency Hotel by the subject ministry in collaboration with the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association. Iterating that if managers care about health and safety, then they must lead by example, Khan urged business managers and executives to be role models for their companies in health and safety matters and not just see it as a task to get done.
We, as owners of companies and heads of companies and leaders in our companies, managers of our companies, we must set the example. Sometimes we don't want to wear our own safety gears because we think we're the boss.
The GMSA executive also touched on ergonomics, pointing out that some managers look at employment as needing a lot of people to get the job done.
But we need to study each of our companies, and companies have to invest in them themselves, while government could be this facilitator as well, to see how we can accomplish a task with less people and less energy or less strain in the body.
Another salient point touched on by Khan was the environment and the critical role it plays in production.
Our environment plays a critical role about the thinking and how we come to work and how we feel it, especially when we're in a production, a factory operation.
The focus of the seminar was on the requirements of the labor laws regarding working conditions, occupational safety and health, along with apprenticeship and employment exchange.
In Antigua, discussions are being held there to craft a more effective response to the scourge of predial larceny. ABS News reports.
The Anti-Predial Larceny Subcommittee has been seeking solutions to curb the theft of farmers' produce and livestock. During consultation with farmers in the Southwest District on Tuesday, Chairman of the Anti-Predial Larceny Subcommittee, Martin Cave, has suggested more pervasive use of remote surveillance cameras.
In terms of cameras, you notice that one of the things that we spoke about was ICT, Internet Computer Technology. So it's not just computer technology, but also Internet technology. Cameras, what we're proposing is to have two different types of cameras. What we call covert cameras. Nobody can see it. They don't see it, So they get into your place and they probably think that's just a regular banana plant, they don't see it. We also want to have overt cameras, and these might be dummy cameras.
Those in attendance were introduced to various types of security cameras, which can be used to eliminate the predial larceny scourge. Cave stressed the need for continued consultation since incidents of predial larceny have been more frequent. The subcommittee will continue to meet with farmers in the various agricultural districts in Antigua and the Seoul district on Barbuda.
Further afield, Russia's defense ministry says Moscow's troops have pushed forward a few kilometers along the front lines in Ukraine. Here's what we can tell you. The ministry says Russian forces had managed to advance 2 kilometers or 1.2 miles to the west in 4 days. Meanwhile, according to the Ukrainian military, its forces had repelled Russian attacks in several regions of the country. Al Jazeera has more.
Ukrainian forces say they've repelled multiple assaults on the town of Volodar, south of the besieged city of Bakhmut, and claim to have destroyed more than 100 armored fighting vehicles near there in the past week, wiping out potentially hundreds of Russian soldiers. But Russia says it is continuing to take territory in the east, albeit one small piece at a time, and Ukrainians have been killed by the dozen. The ground reality in this war of attrition depends on who you ask. The Eastern Front line is more than 1,000 kilometers long. Fighting too small to register may not make headlines. But even the smallest skirmish, seen through the eyes of one family, can become the greatest of tragedies. Evacuating from Volodar, the agony of one family's decision to abandon their home, outweighed only by the pain of knowing they waited too long. The strain perhaps too great for one grandmother, her heart stopped moments before reaching safety. Relief at being out of danger, replaced by the grief of loss.
We have to convince the people for an hour or two sometimes. Then relatives persuade them. We talk to them, the police talk to them. The military administration says you have to evacuate, but that doesn't convince them for some reason.
Ukrainian positions in Volodar have held since the start of the war, but Russians outnumber Ukrainians on the front line and are making gains north of Bakhmut.
A reminder of the headlines after this. Stay tuned for continued programming on the Grenada Broadcasting Network. For now, a reminder of the headlines. Mother weeps over her son, one of two missing fishermen from St. Andrew. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau renews partnership between Canada and CARICOM. It is Majestic Thursday in Carriacou. 6 young ladies are getting ready to vie for the crown. And around the globe regionally, leaders of various sectors urge to lead by example in Guyana. Internationally, Russia claims incremental gains in Ukraine. Plus, in the sports news, GFA visits secondary schools ahead of Grenada's second match against the USA on March 24. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for the moment. Good night.